Hello to everyone. My name is Vera Pasenkova. Nice to meet you all online. We're starting with the info session regarding the General Management Program and Young Managers Program. I'd like to present our speakers today. It's Dr. Nenad Filipović. He's a program director for General Management Program. Unfortunately, Professor Krieg cannot join us. Something came up last minute, so please excuse us. So Nenad will be filling you up also on all the details regarding the Young Managers Program. There is also a colleague of mine, Sasha Zupan, here present, whom you can turn to regarding all the admission process issues. And she will also say a few words how participants can sign up, how companies can apply their candidates for both programs. So without further ado, Dr. Filipović, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Vera. And if we can go to the first slide. I don't see the slide. Yes, thank you. So as you can see from the slide, the school is not a new one. We are celebrating our 40th anniversary. And I have to say the GMP program is the oldest program we are still running. We started it in 87, so next year it will be 40 years. In some years we had even more than just one. It is not only the longest in terms of duration, but certainly for all this period, one of the most important and most popular programs of our school. Next slide, please. Our school is not only international in terms of orientation, but also very focused on executive education. And that means that we are trying to fill the needs of executives, managers throughout their career. And the two programs I'll be talking about today, the Young Managers Program and the General Managers Program, fit this lifelong learning philosophy. As you can see from the chart, we call it Young Managers Program. Maybe you could also call it the first-time managers program for people just starting their managerial career. And then later in their career development, the need for general management program may arise. And then, of course, we also have other programs such as an executive MBA, DBA program, and a number of short programs and programs tailored for the company needs. Next slide, please. Whatever we do, we follow a philosophy that the reason for people coming to business schools in terms of personal development requires specific intervention, specific support from the side of the school. On the one hand side, it should be the curriculum, the content, the things that are being presented as the cutting edge insights in the managerial practice. I prefer calling it practice than science. It is both, but whatever we do is based on very robust academic frameworks, but is aimed to bring direct benefits in managerial daily life. Now, content itself is not sufficient. Learning happens in an environment, and if the environment is supportive, if the environment provides for specific experience, the learning process can lead to much more effective outcomes. We are absolutely sure that the learning process in the school is very special. I'll say a few words more a bit later when I will talk about the GMP program. And it's far from usual university experience. Also, the fact that in the programs, both of them, which I will be presenting today, the GMP and the YMP, we have a wide international presence. We have a large number of people present. Throughout the GMP program, one would likely meet close to 100 people. In the Young Managers Program, around 50 people. And that adds to the network, and networks these days in particular are extremely important for successful career development. So it is a unique experience that comes through these programs, not only learning and personal development, but also career development. Next slide, please, Vera. talking about the general management program, we formed it when we started as a school with a simple idea. It's for people who are coming with some managerial experience already, but are getting to the next step of their career, coming beyond narrow functional management, be it in marketing, sales, operations, and having to understand how the whole organization functions. That is why this program is for middle managers, but also people who are getting into the ranks of senior management, moving up already or having a potential to move up. But also a part of participants are coming from entrepreneurial organizations, typically entrepreneurs themselves. So organizations where there is no very rigid and fixed managerial structure, but people involved with it have to have the holistic view of the organization. And therefore, typically for family businesses, again, this is a good choice. One often gets the question whether GMP is a mini MBA. MBA, of course, is a specific program and the most impactful one, but also lasting for 100+ days. So there is no way to condense that kind of learning into few weeks. As you know, GMP program is a 4-week format, so 24 days altogether. But still, the GMP program gives the holistic view of the business similar to the way MBA does. Next, please. When we look who is there, who joins, typically people who would be in their mid-30s or early 40s. On average, we have around 10 countries. And I would say that it's important to understand if you have 50 people in the room with 15 years of work experience on average, that means 750 years of business experience talking to each other. So having an excellent peer group in the room is extremely important for learning, because people learn from each other as much as they learn from the professors or more. It's also important to understand that diversity in the room, so not only people coming from different countries, but also from very different industries, very different professional backgrounds, adds to quality of learning, because different perspectives are presented. People challenge each other, of course, in a very polite way, but can bring to this novelty of ideas, because we all operate in daily life in small bubbles, and going outside of our bubble and going outside of our zone of comfort is very, very useful for learning. Next, please. Now, as said, 4 weeks. This year, we start in March, soon, but the specifics of this program is also that enrollment is possible in any of the weeks. So whoever misses the start in March can join in May or later, October or November, and then, of course, continue next year to finish the program. We are flexible, so if for some reason, and it occasionally happens, we're all busy, someone cannot attend all the courses. Since the program is now in its 40th year, one can expect that next year substitute slot will be found. And we typically have 2 or 3 people in every module who are finishing their programs because they missed something. They couldn't attend to all the modules. Ideally, of course, one would go through all 4. It is designed in such a way that it is not critical that courses are taken in the same order. So if one starts with competitive advantage and somebody else starts with communication skills, these topics are connected, but the order of taking them is not critical. The spring period, the 2 modules in spring, are focusing on 4 big topics, let's call it like that: strategy, leadership, financials, and measuring organizational performance, understanding the numbers and being able to work with the numbers, and understanding how customers and markets influence the company. These 4 are, let's call them 4 functional cornerstones of every company. The autumn period is developed for a bit more fragmented topics, but topics which actually connect in the organizations and require competencies which definitely are part of the managerial set. Well, we believe that excellent competence in project management is critical, because whatever is being done in the organizations is done through projects. Every change in the organization is a project on its own, and good understanding of the project management is critical, not from the technical perspective, but from managerial business perspective. This is actually true for all the topics. We don't look at numbers from a detailistic accounting perspective. We look at what managers must know about numbers in order to be effective in what they do. We then go into the soft skills, communications and influencing people and leading change. But then we also go towards what is these days critical in all the organizations, use of AI and the way the companies transform themselves through digital technology, ending in November with the topic of sustainable growth. What makes companies grow in a way which is sustainable, both from the business perspective for the companies, but also from the society perspective. Part of the whole program is what we call the GMP project, and that is something that is not being done in terms of a course, but somehow links all the activities, and participants do that while they are home away from IEDC. Next, please. The idea of joining the program, usually it requires some conversation. Typical questions asked: how do I fit? Do I fit? These are the minimum requirements. A reasonable proficiency in English, which means we would expect that all the participants can actively communicate, not only understand, but also can express their thoughts and be part of the discussion in the class, because having 10 plus countries present means not only working language, but also informal communications language is English. And meaningful experience, in this case, at least 3 years of meaningful experience, which allows not only for some book-like learning from the book, but not referring to own experience, but connecting own experience with the learning. I believe that the process is very simple. Sasha is more than ready to support with this process, so you can always contact her. There is an online application, and we organize an online interview. And we are very, very flexible. Some documents are needed, but this application process can be finished within a week from being started, with the fee of 8,900 euros. Next, please. While general management program is mainly targeting audience that moves up the ladder and has to have understanding of functioning of the organization overall, young managers program is for people who are starting their managerial career and have to get the basics, understand how what are the duties of a manager and how manager really becomes effective in the work done. So it is aiming individuals that are just starting their careers. Typically, these are people who have some already professional knowledge. They have worked as individuals in the organization with professional responsibilities in marketing or in R&D, finance. but are now assuming also the managerial responsibilities and even more importantly, becoming responsible for leading people. So again, we have a lot of very different profiles in the class. Here, obviously, age is a little bit lower. It is average around 30, although we do have people even around 40 that have spent their whole career just in a professional function and only then become managers. This program is even a little bit more international. So 15 to 20 countries present is not an exception. Next, please. It's a very dynamic program. It's shorter, 10 days, but it really engages and given younger audience brings up this energy of the team. Covering a lot of topics from functional topics, leadership, problem solving, to topics of really being in position of understanding the business and leading the business and leading people in the business. What is new this year, we will, for the first time, bring a new, let's call it exercise, experience, applied learning, where participants working in teams will be exposed to a challenging problem and then will have to apply the learning from the course to solve the problem and present it to the faculty. In a way, the whole program is oriented towards getting people equipped with these basic competencies and making them able to function as managers and be ready for managerial career. Next, please. Similar to GMP, again, Sasha is a contact, and it is very simple in terms of just application, some check of English, and this here just 2 years of experience, I would say, not necessarily managerial work experience, just professional experience. This year, the program starts in late June, and whoever registers before end of May gets also a small discount. Joining one of these two programs and successfully finishing them, participants become also part of our alumni community. I think, as I said, networking, extending personal network of colleagues who know us and who are ready to communicate with us, give us information which we might need, give us business opportunities which we may use, is important. More than 6,000 alumni are present in our network, and clubs operate in 17 countries. So I think this is really a major benefit of these two programs. To end, I think it's important to understand that our school is focused on business. Large number of companies which are long-term, long-standing business partners, which means that most of the people coming to the GMP and YMP come from companies who already know us, who trust the quality of the school, who are ready to support their good candidates in education, invest into that. And for that reason, vast majority of people joining GMP and YMP get company sponsorship, get the program paid by their companies. If necessary, of course, we will give more information on whom to reach within certain companies in order to also facilitate the company approval. I do hope you will join the group of people who not only are involved with us, but also recognize that IEDC is an innovative school, a school oriented towards really top quality of services and having a large impact on the environment. We have been recognized as an excellent school by many international organizations. We are accredited both on the European level and internationally. Of course, these two programs are certificate programs. They are not diploma programs. Nevertheless, they are part of our influential brand, especially in Central and Eastern Europe. This is the contact, Sasha. I'm sure you will join me in welcoming interested people, not only to call you or send you an email, also ask any questions you would like to ask now, any clarifications that I can give to you. So if there are any questions, feel free, either just ask us, send a question. Oops. Phones are ringing. Vera, will you facilitate the questions, please?
If anybody has questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. So we will wait for a couple of minutes if somebody is courageous enough to put it in. If not, you will have our contacts and you can send directly inquiries to Sasha, both regarding admission, all the processes, and if you have any inquiries about corporate application, meaning several participants from the same company. So feel free to address them to Sasha. So
Vera,
far,
if I may also add, if anyone would like to get in touch with one of the GMP or YMP alumni, so people who went through the program from your region, again, let us know. We will get you in touch if you want to get this first-hand experience and witnessing.
Sure. Just a second. There is one question. How do you organize your community on a platform or through chats? From Mikhail Belyanin.
We have a learning platform in both for both programs. The participants get access to our learning platform. Programs are face-to-face. We do believe in face-to-face learning more than in the online learning. I mean, obviously, online learning can work for certain topics, but given the holistic nature and topics like leadership or change management, these topics are, in our experience, they work much better in face-to-face environment. However, whoever joins the program gets access to our platform, which means automatically gets access to all the teaching material and, of course, to communication with everybody else who is in the program also through the platform.
I had one question actually on emails prior to the session, whether we have anything online. So both GMP regarding and YMP, but Nenad.
Yeah. As said, the programs do not require any online education as part of the program, but offer just support material which is present online.
Okay. And there was also one question regarding GMP, whether there is extra studies or let's say work required between the modules. So people come to Bled for the modules, but what happens in between?
The answer is yes. Now, let me clarify. I mentioned GMP project. So all the participants are asked to come up with a specific challenge, a professional issue, business issue from their company, which they anyhow have to resolve, a problem that they have to solve. All the projects are fully confidential. So they work on them under the supervision of the mentor from IEDC, using the learning from the program, but also support of the mentor to define problem well, analyze it in a structured way, design the solution, design the implementation plan, and by the end of their program, they present it to the mentor, but also to colleagues from the company, not colleagues from the program, because it is a confidential program. Working on that project is not happening in the hours when people are in the class. So this is the activity which takes some more time. But since it is something that the participants anyhow have to work on, it is not an extra load because of the program. It is actually the opposite. It is the way the program helps them because they get support of the mentor, which is a benefit from the program to solve the problem which they anyhow have to work on and solve. So we don't see it as an extra load, but it is something that is happening outside of Bled.
Well, now I don't see any more questions. Maybe Nenad, just a comment on how loaded the days, how busy the days. When people
Yes,
come, how much they spend in class. Is
yeah,
there
thank you.
pre-readings in the evening?
Thank you, Vera,
What
for
to
that.
expect?
I didn't talk about it, and I should. We understand participants are busy, managers, busy people. So yes, learning does require every day. Typically, there is some reading before the day, but limited, usually limited to some 20, 30 pages. Not more than that, which probably requires half an hour, 1 hour of preparation on daily basis. We also don't send a load of papers material before the program. You just get the material for the first day. So I said half an hour, 1 hour of preparations. Sometimes we have some activities in the evenings in both programs. So the days are quite busy. We do start in the morning at a reasonable time, 9. We finish by 5, 5:30. Unless there is some activity, sometimes social activity, sometimes program activity like rowing or some of the activities that go into the evening hours. We would actually strongly suggest that during the program you try not to count on too much activity with the company. It is possible to send emails or have a phone call or do something urgently, but it eats into the quality time of interaction with your peers in the program. And since being with the colleagues in the program creates a lot of value, we think it makes sense to limit your interaction with the company during these few days you are with us for the module in the GMP or during the Young Managers program.
Okay. I think that is it for now, Nenad. Sasha, if you want to comment something, please do.
Yeah, thank you, Nenad, for the great presentation. As mentioned, I'm of course available if you need any additional information. So
Okay.
Both of us are.
yeah.
And our mails are very simple. Name.family name @idc.si. So send us emails or call Sasha. We'll gladly answer everything.
Well, to wrap up, thank you everyone for your time. Feel free to contact us, as Nenad said, and have a nice rest of the afternoon. Bye-bye.
Bye.